So I'm here with Marshal Countryman. And first I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to interview you.
Thank you.
But Marshal Countryman, I am not as smart as you are about the responsibilities of the marshal versus what you're running for, which is the sheriff.
Yes, sir.
So give us a quick synopsis of what a marshal does or what a marshal is and what you expect to bring to us as the sheriff.
Okay. The marshal's office is an office that's been around since 1831. We handle municipal court, which is basically small claims court, all of the civil processes that come out of the municipal court. The sheriff handles everything, handles all of the court, all of the large, everything that comes out of Superior Court, State Court, Magistrate Court. So it's a larger office with a broader authority. What I would bring to the office is experience, knowledge, the education, the executive knowledge of being there and sitting at an executive level for the past 16 years.
So you are a native of Columbus.
I am.
What experience do you bring to the job as being a native of Columbus?
Well, I understand our community. I'm a product of South Columbus. I grew up off Cedar Road. It all started for me in Alpine, off of Alpine Drive. We moved over at Willis Plaza a little bit later on. But both of those connect to Cedar Road, and so my roots come from South Columbus. And so I bring an experience. I went to high school in South Columbus, middle school, elementary school. I've had challenges coming up being graduated from high school with a learning disability, stuttering problem. I had a lot of challenges, so I understand parts of the community that another leader may not understand. I value the whole community, but I understand what's at stake right now because we have a lot of challenges before us. We have issues with gangs, problems. We have crime problems, but I'm already working with gang leaders now. I'm already working with other people in the community to try to solve and to interrupt some of the problems that we have going in now. As sheriff, I would have a broader authority in reaching deeper into the community to make a safer community, to address some of the challenges that we face today.
Now, right now, under this administration, there's a lot of knowledge or a lot of talk about racial injustice.
Right.
And how does that apply to Columbus, Georgia?
Right.
How does that issue apply to you and Columbus, Georgia?
Well, one thing that I've been able to do as marshal, that I make sure that every deputy that I have to undergo fair and impartial policing, which means that we talk about our biases, our prejudice, because there are a lot of things that we face day in and day out, and we have to understand that we live in a multicultural society, and that if we are to serve and protect, then we have to know who we're serving and we have to know who we are protecting. And we can't do that with us having biases. And this is not a 30-minute block of diversity training. This is raw training to where we talk about everything, because what we fail to realize that some things that we look at are not prejudice. It's just based on the culture. It's how someone was raised up. And they've become a product of their environment and may not know that what they're doing is wrong unless we sit down at the table and we discuss it. But we have issues that are in law enforcement that need to be addressed as far as injustice, as far as the way that people are treated, the way that we look at human life. And that training puts the nail in the coffin at how we look at things.
Do you feel that there's a need for interaction between police officers and civilians?
Absolutely.
How would you build that relationship?
What I'm going to do is establish a advisory board within the sheriff's office, but we're going to create a position which is called Director of Community Affairs, which means that we will hire a civilian that will work directly with the public, that will work within the sheriff's office, but not connected so much to the sheriff, because we have to understand that in the society now, in order for us to build that bridge, we have to have a neutral party that can help to bridge that gap from both sides. But we want someone that is well-versed, that understands the law enforcement piece of it, but someone that can be an advocate for those in the community that may not understand what we do daily.
Well, Marshal Countryman, I wanted to keep it brief
Yes, sir.
because this is impromptu, so I kind of caught you off guard.
Yes, sir. No,
But
that's perfectly
again, I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to meet you,
Yes, sir.
number one, and to get a chance to ask you questions because it kind of gives me an insight into who you are
Yes, sir.
and what you are about.
Yes, sir.
And I will post this. I hope that people get a chance to hear what you have to say,
Right.
and maybe a lot of their questions are being answered.
Yes, sir.
But in the meantime, I would like to thank you, and I wish you well.
Yes, sir. Thank you. God bless you.